Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm here at the Mosh'n'May Festival in Scham. Besides me is the band Black Oak County. Hi, first of all.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. You just arrived, or I think an hour ago or something.
Yeah.
You had a long travel. So maybe tell the people outside where you're coming from now.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Just above Germany.
We're west coast of Denmark, a town called Esbjerg. Some might have visited. Very popular with German tourists. I think the drive was supposed to be 6 hours, but it took out, I think it was 9 in the end.
Yeah.
So lots of traffic around Hamburg and
We
stuff.
got to Hamburg and then it just
One problem is holidays are ending here in Germany now. So
Yeah, sure.
It's holidays, so
Sure.
it's packed really. So, but we arrived in time. We have some time until your show starts.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell your names and your part of the band, because maybe people outside don't know who you are.
Exactly. I'm Mike, the drummer of the band.
I'm Jack, guitarist.
And I'm René, the bassist and one of the singers of the band.
And I'm Niels. I'm a guitar player, and I also sing in the band.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we have 2 singers.
We have
Yeah.
two singers.
That's luxus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but to be more serious somehow, how would you describe your band to someone who never heard of you?
I think, well, we've been described in a lot of different ways. And also, it's a little hard because our band has evolved a lot through the years. In the beginning, it was very almost hard rock, southern rock. Then it became more hard rock, rock and roll. And I think now it's just heavy rock, hard rock, melodic rock.
Yeah.
So if you like bands like Nickelback or Volbeat or Shinedown or something like that, maybe you wouldn't mind our music either.
Yeah.
I think that's a good description. I listened to your music in the preparation for sure. I didn't know you before, I have to be honest, but I'm curious, so
Yeah.
that's good. And when did it start? When and how did it start?
We started
2012?
Maybe a little before.
11 or 12?
at 11. René and I was playing at another band. We needed a stand-in bassist. I knew Niels, and I was like, let's call him. He can play guitar, he can play bass. No nonsense. And then we actually started because me and Niels have a fashion for Zach Wild, his guitar playing in Black Label and Ozzy. Then we started jamming riffs, and one day I was playing something and Niels was like, what's that? And I was like, this is something I wrote, this don't fit into the band we have, but maybe there's something else. And Niels was like, sounds awesome, let's do something. And then a couple of months later, Mike joined on the drums. If you can see it, we are brothers.
Yeah.
So he was like drumming for himself, and I was like, we need a drummer. I know a drummer, my brother. Let's go. And then, we played some shows under the name Great White Buffalo. And then at one point, our bassist left because he need to do other music stuff he would like to experience, go that way. And then René came in the picture.
We shared a rehearsal room back in Esbjerg with the band we had and you guys.
Yeah.
And our band kind of imploded in a way that it stopped working out. And I really wanted to do something else, so I picked up a bass. Started playing bass, thought it was fun. And I was pretty much by accident in the rehearsal space. Jamming out myself, and you were going in to do rehearsals. And
We were like, do you play bass?
I play bass.
You want to try?
Want to try to play bass with us? Uffe just left, so okay. And then it just kind of worked out that way. So I started as a bass player only in the band, and when you were the
And then we got a record deal around 2016. And then we had to change our name because someone had trademarked our old name, Great White Buffalo. Okay. So just to be on the safe side, we changed our name to Black Oak County, and then we put out our first album in 2017, which is just called Black Oak County. And then I was dealing with a lot of stuff, so I had to leave the band. And these guys continued as a trio and put out another album in 2019.
Yeah. We actually searched for a singer for some time, tried out some different people where we just like, that's not the Black Oak County vibe anymore, because the music we still have, but we need to have like the voice, try to figure out that in a new way. And then we actually just booked a studio together with a friend of ours, and we was like, let's make some music, just some new music. We can get some singers to put some lyrics on, some vocal. And then I was just going like, René, you have been singing before, why don't you try on this? And he was like, well, I actually not thought about it. And then I was like,
at all.
do it.
Yeah.
And that turned into the album Theater of the Mind.
Exactly.
The second album.
And there you can also hear that we getting a little bit not as aggressive, if you can say it that way, but a little bit more melodic in
Yeah.
your way of singing.
Yeah.
And then we toured on that, played that for a little while.
And then Corona happened.
Yeah, put a big break in everything.
Yeah,
And then
sure
we
did.
started working on our third album. That also was going to be like a 3-piece. But then a handsome fella moved back to Denmark. And
Yeah,
then
you
we
were
were
like in Greenland at the time.
Yes.
hey.
Yeah.
You kind of reached out to.
Yeah, I think I've been out of the band for a while, and then we were talking about doing a one-off hometown show just for the fans, kind of. And then that was just really fun. So we wrote a couple of songs, and then your third album, which was supposed to be with you three, turned into a reunion album.
Yeah.
In a way.
And that's also where the 2 singers came in, because we were like, now we have 2 people that can sing. We were not old enough to look it at that way in the start. It was really like, Niels is singing. Niels left the band, René is singing. But now we can use that to make stronger music arrangements.
Totally a good opportunity to sometimes maybe both singing on a track, sometimes one singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our new album was just released last year, which is just called 3.
Yeah, really well. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Very inventive.
And on that album, I think it's 50-50. Some songs I sing on, some René sings on, and some we both sing on.
Yeah,
And some
a
of
lot
our
of switching around. We did it on the single Back for Blood.
Yeah.
Which isn't on the album. We're the first. We did 2 songs when you were back. Back for Blood and
It's on
It's
You.
on You. We did that in Hansen studio, just to kind of get the feel for what's this band gonna be now.
Yeah.
And one of them you sing on, and Back for Blood we both sing on.
Yeah.
And we thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
That we actually had you're very raw, and I'm kind of a cross in between something like This Miss Lizzie and Vince Neil.
Yeah.
So that's a cool vibe. I'm a bit brighter than you, and you're a bit more gritty.
Yeah.
So it
It complements each other very well.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So we can do a lot of wide range of styles and vibes and stuff like that. And we've worked a little on that on our new album, but on the next album we're doing, we're definitely working a lot more on that. So
It's gonna be fun on the next record. We don't really know where we're gonna go with
No.
it, but it is definitely the idea is to do the same as we did with 3, and just to kind of milk it and develop it a little bit more. And we got this. Some people call it a poppy edge to the new record, which we hadn't had before. Very radio friendly. We had a lot of radio play in Denmark.
But we won 2 awards.
Won 2 awards actually.
Yes.
For two of the singles.
is
Save Your
awesome.
Breath, we won for, and Boom Boom Baby.
Yeah.
And those are kind of like the benchmarks for kind of the new sound that we have going on, which is a lot like Nickelback and not like Nickelback at all.
Yeah, it's weird.
People who like Nickelback would like us, but it's not necessarily the same thing. But it's very catchy and very.
No, too Nickelback, because Nickelback, I think people always recognize them, and you can't sound like them. It's just
Yeah, exactly.
it would not be good for you. I think.
No, not, you can't copy them directly because then
But it's
just
that sort of Americanized hard rock and gritty vocals and sometimes heavy riffs, sometimes groovy riffs, but big choruses and very catchy melodies and stuff like that. That's what we're working on.
Fitting
That's
for
the,
stadiums.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're ready for playing stadiums.
yeah, exactly. So that's I guess that's the short of the band.
And I can tell people outside, I can spoil out, the next album will be 4.
Yeah.
at least number 4. We don't know the title yet, but perhaps we're gonna call it
this is
37 or something. Totally random.
No, 4 is good.
4 is good.
Let's use that.
3.5. Wait. No, but just kidding. So you told me the whole story is really cool. And now you're here at the Mosh'n'May Festival.
Yeah.
You just arrived, so you didn't see too much, but I think you have been really
We have
impressed
seen
of
the
stage
the
and the area,
outside area. We have set up some merch, so the people after the show and now can come in, buy the new record, the old records, T-shirts, stuff like that. But it's a really nice place.
Really awesome.
Really awesome.
It's really cool to have this steel mill, I guess it is, or something, and they just put a rock festival in it. That's awesome.
It's kind of like Copenhagen in Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yeah,
It's got pretty much the same industrial vibe, so it's kind of familiar to us. though we haven't been here before.
And then it's just nice to be back in a place where you see a lot of black jeans, black t-shirts, and just
Just like us.
friendly people all around.
Yeah.
This is our third time in Germany.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Fourth? Oh yeah, fourth
Yeah.
time. Fourth time in Germany. Fourth festival.
Fourth festival, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just awesome to come down here because Denmark is not that far away. And when we play the crowds back home, they are a little more conservative. So even though they like it, they'll be like, "That's cool,
Yeah.
awesome performance." But down here, people go crazy and they throw their hands up and they scream their hearts out, and it's just a joy to play for crowds down here. So we're so excited to play here tonight.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I think in Germany it's as well. If you're in northern Germany, it's more like those cool, smooth people, and coming more to the south, it's more energy. But all like your music probably.
Yeah.
We've been
also.
mostly in the southern part of Germany. Sintal, Altenbergen, and what was Sicking High was in
Wieselberg, I think.
Wieselberg, yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, it's way down. I don't know. Maybe it's just in the middle of Germany. I don't know. Germany is very big.
Yeah. Compared to Denmark, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to the US, for example, no.
No.
You know,
I think the distance from Hamburg to Berlin is the same as our entire country.
Yeah.
So
it's like 80 million in Germany, and we are 5.7.
Yeah, something like that.
In Denmark.
it's a huge country for us.
Exactly.
We're definitely looking to play a lot more in Germany.
But I think you have cool music scene up there. Because I've read, for example, a book about a punk musician from Denmark who was active in the 80s, punk and hardcore. And then there was lots of festivals like Copenhagen. I think it's that old, is it? Copenhagen?
Copenhagen it started in 2000.
Okay.
10 years.
or something.
Then it's another festival. But yeah, it's mentioned several festivals.
Yeah, there have been a lot of festivals in Denmark. Roskilde Festival is a big festival in Denmark, one of the biggest in Europe.
Yeah.
And way before, when rock still was mainstream in Denmark, there were a lot of rock concerts on Roskilde.
Yeah.
They're not really that much of that anymore, so it's cool that we have Copenhagen and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think that's also a big reason why we love to come to Germany, because in Denmark it's very hard for a band like us, not because we're not good and people don't like our music, but it's just the amount of people who listen to our kind of music is marginal in Denmark compared to here, where there's like millions of people who love the music we do, you know.
Yeah,
so
seems a lot bigger
it's
in
just
Germany.
a joy to come down here and play for all of you.
I think Germany and Britain, for example, is good as well for bands like you.
Yeah.
And did you play in other countries like, for example, probably Sweden or something like this?
We have played Norway.
Yeah.
And this year we are also having shows in Switzerland and the UK for the first time. So, and we're also hoping next year maybe to expand even further and go to other countries. But for now, it's just it's nice for us to do these one-off weekend kind of things.
Yeah.
Just go down and play a few shows and come back and stuff. So hopefully more countries in the future.
Yeah, we've got a lot of plans for cultivating the German market for next year and for the next album. So hopefully.
And hopefully my interview brings you lots of attention.
Exactly.
Fingers crossed.
Sure. So, because I'm one of the big... no. But it's okay. I have several people watching. I told you in advance that, for example, other promoters and stuff are watching my channel. So it's always a good step to get more renowned.
Sure.
Yeah.
And maybe we can talk a little bit. So you're in between two albums, you can say?
Yes.
And I'm always kind of interested in lyrics, for example. So what kind of lyrics do you do? Do you more like live or sometimes politics, or is it...
It's very mixed, I think. Some of it is just fun and games. Like we just won an award for our song "Boom Boom Baby," like you said.
Yeah.
That's just a cool story about a party I went to when I was a kid. You know, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. But then some of our songs are definitely very deep and personal and come from, emotional experience and stuff like that. But we also have a tendency, even though it might be a sad song or a deep song, then we don't make it sad necessarily. We can also make a really cool headbanging hard rock song and still have it be about something that's sensitive to us. So it's a little bit of everything.
Great. I'll have a little bit more listen to it in future. I just had some time for preparation now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. And now we have, I think, 2 hours or something left to go on stage. So what's important to you to now get into the right mood and to say, okay, we really rock?
have a beer, have some fun, get in some other clothes.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
We've just been sitting in a car for like 8 hours or so. So
Yeah.
we just talked about we were pretty beat up when we arrived, but yeah, have a couple of beers and just kind of get the body going again and relax a little bit.
We don't have like that routine. We need to do this, this, this. We have some like Mike is still drumming a little bit. We are playing some guitars. Niels is jamming up the voice when it's ready. But then we are just relaxed guys.
Yeah.
No start status, anything.
No.
We just take it as it comes.
Cozy times.
Yeah, and you'll see that on
Exactly.
stage as well. Even if we make a mistake or something, we just laugh it off.
Yeah,
So we're going on stage to have fun. So it's just a lot of smiling and a lot of jumping around and
It's a live
energy
show.
and
There's also a lot of hugging right before we go on.
Yeah.
We always
Yeah,
kind of huddle up. And
That's a routine. We need to
Yeah,
hug
we
before
need to
it
hug it
happens. Otherwise, it's not the same show.
So after the interview, I want to have a two.
Yeah, sure.
of course, it might be a very wet hug, but you can definitely get a hug.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm with as well. Sweating at this kind of festival. Yeah, great. So, and I'll leave you now because I think we want to prepare and want to have some time for you. You mentioned you are planning tours and stuff. Is there something concrete that you can say?
Not
people can
yet,
go,
but
or-
the most concrete is that we are working on a new record. A new record also means a tour.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
hopefully in the fall we can say some more.
Say some more.
Yeah,
We are in some
we're in the process
in the talks
of
of
getting
doing
everything.
for
Yeah.
Germany.
Sweet. And when the new record is ready, let me know.
Sure.
We can do another talk.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
deeper
sure.
into it, and
Sure. And just let us know. We can send you a review copy and stuff
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to listen to it.
it would be great.
Yeah.
And for today, do you have some greetings, some message to the people outside?
Tausend Dank for listening to our music. Hopefully you check us out, and if not, check out Nightshakes channel, and see you guys.
Let's fucking rock.
Yeah.